All right, let me ask you about another element of this. On the present densities, you're going to add 3.4 million, or homes for 3.4 million people with your 1.5 million houses. On your own figures, we're also going to add to our population 2.5 million people over this same period. Are you content that more than 5 out of 7 new homes will go to immigrants?
This is just unbelievable. You guys have to watch to the end of this interview on Sky News with Angela Rayner. She claims, in response to this, that there are plenty of houses in the UK. Don't worry about 2.5 million immigrants coming into this country. No problem housing them. We've got loads of space. They are so out of touch. Listen to this.
Well, that's not the truth, and that's not the case.
That's what will happen.
Well, that's not the reality, because
where the 2.5 million immigrants that are in Rachel Reeves' budget figures going to turn up? Where are they going to live?
Well, there's plenty of housing in the UK, but the house...
Did you hear that? Well, there's plenty of housing in the UK. Are you out of your mind? I mean, do you live under a rock? Have you ever opened up Rightmove on your phone and seen how expensive it is to rent somewhere? Not just in London, but now the rest of the country. Now, you've got to be a millionaire if you want to afford a home that is big enough to house you and your husband and a couple of children. I mean, this is like the biggest crisis, especially facing young people. We cannot get on the housing ladder. I'm very jealous of all of you oldies that bought a house for about £1 back in 1980. And if you sell it now, you'll be a millionaire. Unbelievable. Let's listen to the rest of it.
Especially
hang on. You can't on the one hand say we've got to build this 1.5 million houses and then say there's plenty of housing already.
There is plenty of housing, Trevor, already, but there's not enough for the people that desperately need it. So the homes, especially under our affordable homes programme, which is social and affordable housing, they will be there for people who desperately need them, local people. We've already outlined how we're going to support veterans and people who are fleeing domestic violence.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry, we'll win over everyone because we say that we're going to support veterans. That isn't going to win over us patriots, darling, okay? We want homes, okay, for not just people who are in social housing. The whole country needs homes, okay? This idea that she's putting across here that there is plenty of housing. What delusional world is this woman living in? I mean, I am genuinely baffled that she has gone on the news and claimed that there are plenty of homes and all that we've got is a shortage of social housing. Look, I'm not someone who qualifies for social housing, but I'm trying to rent a flat, and I'm sorry, but it's almost impossible to spend less than, after bills and the council tax and anything, any less than 2,000. Realistically, for me, where I live in London, it will probably work out about 2.5k a month. You know, that is a full-time income just on the rent and the bills. And you're telling me there's enough housing to go round, right? And she should try and rent somewhere, okay? You go and you view somewhere, and there are already 15 people queued up outside to have a look at it as well. And if you don't put an offer on it within minutes of viewing the property, that's it, you're out. It's gone to somebody else. If you don't bid way higher than the asking price and pay 6 months up front, nope, sorry, someone else is going to get it and you have to live on the streets. Unbelievable.
Councils need homes for people that are on the waiting list. I've already announced changes to the right to buy, making sure they have
this doesn't quite make sense.
So that we can deliver the houses they desperately need.
Deputy Prime Minister, doesn't quite make sense. You start the interview by telling me that there's a housing crisis. When I remind you that you have said yourselves as a government, we're going to need 2.5 million migrants. Some of them, by the way, people are going to build the houses. Suddenly, there's a lot of housing. Where are these people going to go?
Well, Trevor, first of all, when you say about building as well, the previous government did use migrant labour far too much instead of actually building skills here in the UK. I've announced £140 million for new construction hubs so that we can train people here to deliver those housing. So I don't accept that we're going to bring migrants in for that. We've always said that actually we need to skill our own people up. But equally, we need to build the homes that people need. Nobody's had a focus on social housing for a generation, and I'm going to build those homes because far too many people at the moment are waiting on council housing lists, and I've got to fix that.
Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I am absolutely furious after watching that. I'm here as a young person, just with my arms up in the air like this, this is hopeless. When can I just find a flat for myself? I'm not asking for anything big. I'll be happy with something the size of a shoebox. And it costs an absolute fortune. And as I say, the chance of even getting picked, even if you find somewhere you like and that you're willing to pay for, right? It's almost impossible because you're bidding against so many other people because there are just way more people looking for homes than there are houses available. This woman is completely and utterly deluded, and to suggest that it's only social housing that we are low on and there is plenty to go round for anyone else. Has she looked at house prices? It's just unbelievable. She thinks that her sort of renters reform bill it might stop some of the bidding wars that I'm talking about, because she's going to say ban you from bidding over the asking price, but it isn't going to solve this problem of having way more demand than supply in the market. And how I think just disrespectful to Brits do you think it is, when even if this government actually meets their housing target, and I'll believe that when I say even if they meet that target of 1.5 million new homes, what was it, 5 and 7 did he say will be going to immigrants who have just moved to this country? Because apparently 2.5 million people are predicted to come into the country during that period where they say they're going to build 1.5 million homes. I'm sorry, but the number of people coming in this country is so unsustainable that even if we build our houses at absolute maximum speed, we still cannot keep up. Not even close. No chance whatsoever. Okay? We need to have immigration come to an absolute halt. Net zero migration. That doesn't mean nobody coming in the country. It doesn't mean nobody with skills coming in the country. Because we have about 500,000 people, 500,000 people leave the country each year. So net zero means you can still have 500,000 people coming in. Just not another million people on top of that. It's nearly 1 million on top of that. It's 906,000 in the year to June 2023, as we just found out. Okay? We need to put it at net zero. That's the only kind of net zero that I'm going to be behind, not Ed Miliband's kind. Net zero legal migration. Okay? Else, I am never going to get on the housing ladder. Okay? I'm never going to get on the housing ladder unless I become a big multi-millionaire. I've had enough of it. And Angela Rayner there, I mean, just the lies, the hypocrisy, they're just being out of touch. Aura that this government gives off, I mean, it is just genuinely off the scale. We had Keir Starmer give his plan for change speech the other day. And what did he do? In his top priorities, he didn't even put immigration on there. Wasn't worth being on the list. And then Yvette Cooper, our Home Secretary, she was interviewed afterwards. What did she say to the media? She said, oh no, it's not our priority right now because we're currently fixing the foundations. What? Like, is she in another world? Does she genuinely not give one damn about the people of this country who are crying out for a reduction of mass migration? Fast, not in a few years, fast, now, put the brakes on now. And she says, no, we've got to fix the foundations first. We'll get round to the immigration thing later. Let everyone come in, legal and illegal, for the next few years, as many as they want. And then, we'll get round to it at some point before the next general election. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And the thing is, it's an easy win for the Labour Party, right? It surely can't be that hard of them to just change the rules to massively reduce. I know illegal migration is a bit harder to stop, but the legal migration, it surely can't be that hard for them to reduce the number of people let in this country. That would be a huge win for them, Reform would have far fewer supporters if the Labour Party actually solved the mass migration problem, but they still just don't seem to care. And they think that there's plenty of houses, plenty of NHS appointments, plenty of everything to go round for everyone. There's not. We're crying out in this country for change and they do not care. I've had enough. I'm fuming about that interview with Angela Rayner. That is your deputy Prime Minister, and that is very, very concerning. Anyway, rant over for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Chloe Dobbs. I'll see you soon.
Still watching? Well, I've got a quick ask for you. Recent UK, we're fighting the woke brigade and inspiring young Brits, but we need your help to go bigger. We're hosting a fundraiser and would love you to sign up and share the link on the big day. It's easy, it makes a massive impact, and there are prizes for top fundraisers. Click the Google form in the description to join us. Cheers very much. Let's keep going together.